time for everybody's favorite subject, math. Answer the 3 questions. Good one. Problem 2. 2 minus 8 equals... Good one. Problem 3. 0. Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. That's me! Oh, hi. Welcome to my schoolhouse. Now it's time for everybody's favorite subject, math. You're doing fantastic. I can't believe it. You're incredible. Problem 3. 8 minus... Good one. You did great. Come here and get your prize. A shiny quarter. Just click on it with the interact button to pick it up. Then, when you find something you can use it on, use the item button on the object with the quarter selected. Problem 1. 6 minus 7 equals... Good one. Problem 2. 5. Good one. Problem 3.
Let's play. Ready? Go! You messed up. 2, 3. Oops. You messed up. 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 You messed up.
Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. That's me! Oh, hi. Welcome to my demo! a shiny quarter. Just click on it with the interact button to pick it up. Then, when you find something you can use it on, use the item button on the object with the quarter selected. That's how you use items, you know.
No running in the halls. 15 seconds. Detention for you. Your parents will hear about this one.
I wanna play with someone. I wanna play with someone. I wanna play with someone.
I am coming, ready or door, here I come. Will you marry me? Oh, no. I see you, friend. I hunt people for all eternity.
It's mine now.
I hunt people for all eternity. I have
Sweep, sweep, sweep! Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep! Prepare yourself for something awesome! Looks like it's sweeping! Sweep, 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 sweep! Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep!
Dude!
Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep! Gotta sweep, sweep,
Ready, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, let's play!
sweep!
Let's play again! Sometime soon.
Whoa! I think you might be smarter than me.
Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep! Prepare yourself for something awesome! Sorry in advance! Look at
I
that!
am coming, ready or door, here I come.
Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. That's me.
to see it. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage within 90 days or as soon as premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced. Blah blah blah. Now that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about. The animatronic characters here do get a bit at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay. So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up if they get turned off for too long. They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcibly pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort and death. The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth when they pop out the front of the mask. Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up. But hey, first station of the breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. Gotta conserve power. Alright, good night. you made it to day 2. Congrats. I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come off stage very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera view, and those blind spots happen to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something, or you might only have a few seconds to react. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems unique in that he becomes active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you have everything under control. Talk to you soon.